Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2. What inspired me to become who I am today was the fact that I really appreciate and understand how diverse perspectives and diverse experiences come into play in shaping how people are. It's very important for us to constantly understand and accept other people's point of views, and that is how we actually learn and grow better as a society, as a community, and how we're going to use that as our strengths, just like leaning off each other, to use that as our strengths to be a better person every day. For me, I always grew up not fitting in, of looking what normal Chinese people look like. I've been very tall, I'm very broad, I have very big feet, and that doesn't fit into the mold of what the petite little Chinese girls look like. So instead of trying to fit into that mold that I know I don't belong in, I started to accept myself for who I am, because this is me, this is my body, and I'm proud of it. So instead of trying to fit in, I decided to own it, create my own space, and to just really own the situation. Yeah. Okay, so I think the Born to Fly message is all about diversity, celebrating diversity, and accepting yourself for who you are. And I think that's very important because, like I said, I don't fit into this Chinese girl kind of perspective of what society thinks of me. So instead, I learned to just really accept myself for who I am, and to just really own it, be confident in my own skin, and to just not really let people's opinions rule how I feel and how I think of myself. So I remember this one time I was in Hong Kong with my family, and we were in this market I was in this market with my mom and my sister, and they were looking at cheongsams. I for a fact knew that I wouldn't fit in any of it. I knew that I wouldn't even bother, I didn't even try. But that memory really stuck with me, because I've never been able to find clothes like a cheongsam that would fit my body. So when I was about 20, I actually managed to buy an off-the-rack cheongsam that fit me. And I remember that feeling, that excitement of how my 15-year-old self was and that moment, and how I just learned to recreate it, but in a way that made me happy and made me confident. It didn't matter that I didn't fit the cheongsam back then, but instead of being upset about it, I went on and learned to grow from that experience and just really take it as a point of, hey, I could do better. My comment section. My comment section is actually the one that really motivates me and inspires me. I'm the kind of person that reads every single comment in the comment section, the good and the bad. But the fact is this, the comment section actually creates a community. Without being an influencer, without being a content creator, I would have never been able to interact with any of these people. I would have never met them, never spoken to them, never had any opportunity to share our experiences and have these important conversations. So because of that, I really thank the comment section and the people who interact with me, because building that community is so important for us to have important conversations and to just relate to each other so we don't feel so lonely. To build a successful life, definitely without a doubt, authenticity and vulnerability go hand in hand. You need it to be authentic. But as a content creator, sometimes that line gets a little blurred. You cannot really be fully transparent with people, and you cannot really not be transparent either when you put yourself out online. So to really be successful in life or in social media, I think mastering the art of knowing how to be authentic and vulnerable and yet protecting your own peace is really important. how we want to portray ourselves in social media. The core values that I hold professionally is definitely being empathetic to other people. It doesn't matter where you are, but it doesn't take much to be empathetic to another human being. To be a human being to another human being. We all have emotions, we all have our ups and downs, we have our success and our failures. So it's very important when we can expose ourselves bare sometimes and to relate to another person who may be struggling through something that we are as well. And when we can do that, when we can be empathetic and to really just relate to another person, that's how we feel for each other as humans and as a society. That's how we should grow as empathetic people. So right now I'm a content creator on TikTok, and I create content mostly about how I'm married to my Indian husband, and so I try to assimilate myself into his culture. The very fact that I'm Chinese, forcing myself into a space where I don't belong in, I already stick out like a sore thumb. And the fact that I am forcing myself in, I am making my own space, I'm owning it, I think that is how I am incorporating this Born to Fly campaign, this tagline, this very beautiful and diverse message into my life. Like I'm actually walking the talk instead of just, saying it and not doing, not being in things. Yeah.